What's going on, guys? So we're here again today. We're back at my old job, and I got the turd box, the white lightning, whatever the hell you want to call it. I got the hatch on the rack, and as you can see, Anthony's not here. Anthony's in Austin for Super Lap Battle. The 240 is entered in the car show, and hopefully he'll come home with something. He's not expecting to, but he's won things before when he didn't expect to either way. So update on that. The car is, you know, it's whatever he's updated you with, so sue me. But today I am working on my hatch. As y'all saw last video, I put on the TE37s with my, which y'all didn't like, my red lug nuts. I like them. Whatever, it's not y'all's car. But I've been driving around on them. Let's see if I get it in there. I've been driving around on them, and right here, everything's inverted. I've been driving around on them, and they, oh God. I'm sorry, guys. I'm recording on my phone. You know, I don't have Anthony's balance. But I've been driving around on it, and it scuffs everywhere. Like any small bump, pothole, you name it, it rubs, especially on the driver's side. The rear suspension on this thing is full stiff. The whole suspension is full stiff, and guess what? It still bottoms out. The Coney yellows aren't cutting it. The springs that are on it are probably ancient. Who knows how old they are, what they came off of. The homeboy I bought the car from, he wants them back so he can put them on his DC2. So I mean, it's like, I don't know. You know, I don't know how many cars these things have been through. But the back, I'm going to get a back tire for this thing. I've been driving on it. I don't like the Advids, and I don't want to put them back on. Plain and simple. I just don't want to put them back on. But I will have to get a back tire for this thing before the track day coming up in March. The reason for that is because with my big ass in the passenger or the driver's side and a full tank of gas, this thing just drags on that back tire. So with that being said, I spent a little bit of money, and oh yeah, I got some stuff. Isn't it nice? So what I have here are a set of Fortune 510 coilovers. I got these, I purchased these, I don't know, maybe last month. It took a little while for them to get here, but that's because they're hand built, made in America. And they're the same ones Anthony got. The only difference between his and mine is I opted for the Swift spring upgrade. I mean, it's a few $100. I just sprung for it. So thank you, Fortune, for sending me these. You know, but enough with me and my weight issues and, you know, the car dragging, all that stuff like that. I'm gonna show you what the car did to the back tire first, and then I'm gonna unbox these things. All right, y'all. So as I showed y'all in the other video, you know, like the tires poke a little bit. You know, they're pretty good. The car already has a very minor roll on the fender. That's part of the, yeah. So, but what it's doing in the back, especially like for a long time, guys, I do have to carry a toolbox with me for work. I took that out. I had to take it out. I couldn't carry it. A full tank plus my tool bag, plus me in the car. Like I said, this thing might have had titanium blocks underneath it scraping the floor. But this is what it did to my tire. It's let's see if I get a better angle of it, but it's, you know, I don't know how you stance guys do it. I mean, I cringe every time it happens. So here's the driver's side. I'm gonna show you the passenger side. There's the passenger side. Look at that. I still got my triangle and everything. There's still a groove here. So, yeah. So I bought these coilovers to correct that. and to stiffen up the whole suspension of the car, and to just get rid of this ancient Coney system. Okay, y'all. So along with the Fortune 510s, I'm also going to be installing some stuff I bought from PCI. So let me give you the rundown here. Y'all aren't dumb. Y'all know what this is. I got the PCI adjustable upper control arms. This thing already has upper control arms on it, but I don't know who makes them. There's no stickers. There's no identifying marks. The bushings that are in them right now on the car are fragged. They are junk. The upper ball joint's blown out. Yeah, just all kinds of stuff. All kinds of bad. Typical Honda problems. The rear trailing arm bushings are also blown out. Surprise, surprise. So I got these spherical ones. I've heard some complaints about them, that they kind of clunk and knock. I don't care. The exhaust on this thing makes more noise than the motor running a VTEC. And then I got the rear toe arms. Supposedly these are a updated version. A buddy of mine who had a hatch, he had a Type R rep. He said that these used to be adjustable, so it had locks on them and you could just adjust it here in the middle. I looked high and low, I couldn't find those. Maybe I didn't look hard enough, I don't know. But these, along with these, are going to make this fun. I mean, it's already fun as it is, even with the blown out suspension. But it'll make it that much better going around the track. So I'm going to get to work. This is going to be real spotchy and everything because, like I said, I'm here by myself. But yeah, I'm going to get to work. Okay, so I undid the top tube nuts here, and this thing's all hanging off and shit. Luckily, though, I'm not alone anymore. My buddy Abdul, say hi, Abdul.
What's up?
He's going to help me do the suspension, all that fun junk, be a cameraman, all that fun stuff, and we're going to knock this shit out because I've been here for a minute already. And yeah, the guy who I bought the car from, he's here on his way to pick up these Conies, these Coney yellows. He's gonna put them on his other car. I don't know, whatever, he could have them. But yeah, so that's what we're gonna do real quick, and yeah, let's get started. Okay, so what I'm gonna do next is, now that Abdul's here, I'm basically gonna pawn off all my hard work onto him. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a nice big snap-on, sponsor us Snap-on. We're gonna basically whack the shit out of this until this ball joint separates to this upper control arm, and yeah, get to it. Just beat the shit out of it, dude. You ain't gonna hurt it. There you go. See? See, and this is the reason why I'm replacing the upper control arms, because that shouldn't do that. That thing's all screwed up, and the ball joint is non-existent. So, yeah, so I'm going to turn the camera off here. I'm going to help Abdul get this shock and get this thing out. And yeah, we'll be back in a bit. Okay. Alright, so what we did was Abdul undid these two right here, and he's attempting to get that lower control or upper A arm. Ah, they giving you problems, dude?
Oh, I got it.
Sweet. How bad those bushings look?
Kind of rotted. Yep.
Yeah, they're fragged. Yeah, that's shot. Okay, so these are Ingles. I don't know. They're adjustable, but I didn't feel like replacing these bushings. I instead went with these PCI upper control arms, because these things are sick. No more stupid rubber bushings to worry about. If you wanted to, you could set these up to where it is positive or negative caster. I have them set to more positive caster because you can never go wrong with more caster. And yeah, they're just nicer. Bam. So we're gonna put that in. after we put in our coilover. Love this thing. Alright, I'm gonna put this camera down and get this thing in there real quick. Okay, so we got the coilover in. Abdul is trying to find that alignment groove for that thing. You may need to move it up and down a little bit depending. And then we obviously got our shiny new upper control arm in there, and it looks very nice. So like I said, we're putting high heels on a fucking pig with this thing, but you know, I don't care. I like it. So yeah, the installation, guys, is real simple. You know, we left this attached, well, not attached, we unbolted it from the lower control arm, and then we just let this thing fall down. We just gave it a few taps with the hammer and let it fall, and then yeah, so we're gonna pick up the front suspension a little bit and get that thing in there, and we'll be done with the front, right? We'll get us up, tighten that up, and then we'll be done with the front end. We've been messing with this for about what, about 10 minutes, maybe, if that.
Maybe, yeah.
So yeah, it's been pretty simple. The car has been playing very well with all this. So yeah, I can't wait. So now we move to the back. Basically what Abdul here is going to start doing is we're going to undo this nut right here, this bolt right here. We're going to do we're basically going to take out this whole control arm, or this whole trailing arm, because, you know, typical Honda problem, I'm going to replace these trailing arm bushings with a set of PCI trailing arm bushings that I bought. It's already got an adjustable upper camber arm, and then I'm going to adjust, or I'm going to replace the stock toe arm as well with a bar from PCI that I showed y'all earlier. So yeah, so what he's going to do is he's going to undo the sway bar. Yeah, the end link for the sway bar. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to undo everything. We're going to do the lower shock, the lower knuckle, the upper control arm, or the upper camber, and the two bolts right here and here. And then we're going to undo this toe arm right here. And we're just basically going to pull this whole thing out. So I'm going to put the camera down and help Abdul so he'll actually agree to come help me again, so it doesn't feel like I'm using him. So let me put this camera down and maybe get a shot of us working here. Alright, so me and Abdul got the rear trailing arm off, and I'm going to take care of this little problem. So basically, we're just going to be replacing it with one of, don't know where the hell it went, it's underneath there somewhere. We're going to be replacing, yeah, with what? With that. There you go, boom. PCI, spherical, bearing, bushing. So what we're about to do is, I'm about to take a hammer, and I'm going to give the camera here to Abdul, and yeah. Get this piece of shit out first. Yeah. We messed up on the other side because we tried punching it in the other way. And yeah, we're not going to talk about that. Alright, so fast forward to after my phone dying. Basically what we did was we drilled out 2 holes to allow us to fit these countersunk Allens in here. We're going to tighten them down and torque them to 25 or 35?
20 to 25.
20 to 25 foot-pounds. And then from there, a new shaft goes in here. It fits very nicely. We've already kind of messed with it. We're going to put some anti-seize on it. And from there, we're going to replace this ugly-looking toe arm with a nice brand new PCI one. And we're going to get this thing back in the car. Yeah, it's all winding down, and it's turning out pretty swank right now. So once again, I'm going to put this phone down and help out Abdul. Alright, so we got the coilovers bolted up. Right now, this side's sitting like super low live, hella flush status. and then that side, I'm not sure how it's sitting right now. We are finishing up bolting up the e-brake line, or the e-brake cable, and from there we're gonna slap the wheels on this thing and see how she sits on the floor. So I'll update y'all when it gets to that. Okay, y'all, so all the coilovers are on, all the PCI stuff, everything's on. We put all the tires on, we sat on the ground, and this is the only one where it allows the rack to move. There's the gap that y'all can see. That is 24 inches from the bottom of the tire to the top of the arch. All the other wheels are all 23 and a half, 23. I think our front left is like 22. So what we're gonna have to do is pick it back up, obviously, take off all the wheels again, and raise up the suspension. So I'm not gonna bore y'all with a bunch of you know, off on stuff, so I will let y'all see the finished product. Alright, everyone. Well, it's the following day. Unfortunately, I ran out of daylight yesterday, and I was just ready to get the hell out of that shop. Me and Abdul were wasted after that. We were just tired, and you know, he had to catch a flight today. So, but yeah, anyway, guys, stay tuned for more on this car, guys. I have a couple more things coming, but that's for other videos. So until then, guys, peace.